Hey guys, this is Blue Flare 2004, and as you can see, I'm wearing my Pac Man shirt because for this video, we're gonna review a spin-off of Pac Man that I played in an arcade place called Game On Arcade in the Smith Haven Mall in Lake Grove, New York. I played this machine once, and it's a pretty cool concept. It's like a spin-off of Pac-Man that basically is known as Baby Pac-Man. Here's a photograph of the arcade machine, as you can see, and here's the graphics and the display of the machine. It's like a hybrid of a pinball machine and like a average Pac-Man arcade machine. So it's like a somewhat of a spin-off of Pac-Man that is like a hybrid of a Pac-Man arcade machine and a Pac-Man pinball machine. However, I'm going to review like a way to be able to play that game at home. So you're wondering, how do I play Baby Pac-Man at home? Well, I'm going to play one of the like homebrews and the hacks of Baby Pac-Man and compare them to see which version of Baby Pac-Man is the best version to play. And they're all ported on the Atari 7800 as like hacks or homebrews. So I have several hacks of Baby Pac-Man on my Atari 7800, but actually wrong. I'm going to play them on my Atari Game Station Pro. So let's get into the games and see what they have to offer. So this version of Baby Pac-Man is made by Feral. I'm not sure if I butchered it. But this is what the ROM hack of Baby Pac-Man looks like with this hack that I have on the Atari Game Station Pro. And this game almost looks nearly identical to regular Pac-Man. As you can see, the Baby Pac-Man looks pretty much like regular Pac-Man, except the maze itself looks green as opposed to the classic Pac-Man blue maze. And the ghost monsters turn blue like usual. There's the cherry. So, this is what Baby Pac-Man looks like with this hack. But overall, this version of Pac-Man, Baby Pac-Man I mean, is pretty simple, but it doesn't look any different. It's pretty much the same, like the same Pac-Man game, just with Baby Pac-Man. But it's not a bad hack. It's just the same thing as Pac-Man, just arranged differently, but with not too much effort put into it. Next hack. This next one is made by Jason. As you can see, the ghost monsters in the game look noticeably different. This game does look noticeably different already. Like, as you can see, the ghost monsters look tiny, like cute. Almost like cute little ghost monsters, as you can see. And there's Baby Pac-Man. The camera doesn't show the colors that well, but Baby Pac-Man looks more like a baby. I don't mean to insult him, but it looks cute. But I mean that to compliment him to look cute. The game looks cuter than the other. To be honest, this game looks more cuter than the other ROM hack, but the sound effect sounds similar to a ROM hack, kind of similar to like Miss Pac-Man for the Atari 7800. So this game's like a ROM hack of Miss Pac-Man, except it's Baby Pac-Man instead of Miss Pac-Man. Otherwise, this game is a bit more polished than the other one. And this ROM hack is made by Jason's. I might have butchered it. It's spelled Jayzn. Hopefully you know how to pronounce that better than me. Next game. This next hack is made by Justin. As you can see, the menu screen is the same as the second game, except the ghost monsters look kind of the same as the first game. Now, it's like as if the creator of this hack might have mixed the two hacks together to make this unpolished hack. Yeah, the game looks quite similar, unfortunately. Except the sound effects are the same as the second hack that I reviewed in this game. So overall, pretty much the same as, pretty much a mixture of the two other hacks. Nothing more to say about this one. Next one. This next ROM hack of Baby Pac-Man is made by Yukai. As you can see, the graphics look less polished than the other ones that I previously reviewed in this video. And the colors look dull, and the maze, as you can see, looks different, but the game plays no different than the first ROM hack I reviewed in this video. Otherwise, there's not much to say about this one. It's just less polished than the other ones. So there's not much to say. And that's basically it for the Pac-Man ROMs. Now to share my thoughts on these games. Now, overall, which version of Baby Pac-Man is the best ROM hack? I say the second one that I reviewed, that I filmed, is probably the best version of Baby Pac-Man you could play, to be honest with you. If you're just looking to play Baby Pac-Man as a regular Pac-Man game and nothing more than that. However, if you really want to play like the real deal original pinball version of Baby Pac-Man, just keep watching this video. The best has yet to come. I have one more game to review for the Atari 7800, and it's yet not a ROM hack, but it's a homebrew. And I don't have the game, and I do apologize. I don't have my Atari 7800 console with me right now, nor do I have the games, nor do I have this particular game. But don't be alarmed, I have a way to review it. That's right, on my Atari Game Station Pro. So let's check out this ROM hack. And before I do, I just want to mention that this game is made by Robert DeSernenzo. I might butchered it. It's from Bali Midway, by the way. So let's check out this game. And by the way, this game was released in 2019 as a homebrew, but has a copyright date of 1982. So let's check out this game and see what it looks like as a home port game to see what it would look like. So this is what the game looks like as a homebrew on the Atari 7800. You can see Baby Pac-Man holding a yo-yo. The game has a copyright date of 1982, but was released as a homebrew in 2019 by Bob DeSernenzo. So I might butchered it. Here's the instructions on the game. Now the game plays differently than your typical Pac-Man game. Here's the game settings. You can change the settings on the game, unlike the arcade version where... Yeah. Now, as you can see, the game is quite different. It almost looks identical to its arcade version, where there's no power-ups, and all you can do is collect Tic Tacs and use a joystick. But when you go down the trapdoor, or when you go down the screen, you end up playing a pinball game where it shows Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man. And basically you press the two buttons to hit the ball. And you use the joystick on the 7800 or the D-pad to shake the pinball table. And I do apologize if I keep dying in the game. This game's kind of hard, to be honest with you, when you play as Baby Pac-Man alone. It's more easier to play the pinball stage than to play the part of the game where you collect Tic Tacs without any power-ups. That part's difficult. And once you lose the ball, you go back on, unlike the the actual pinball machine slash arcade machine version of Baby Pac-Man, once you lose the ball, you're back on this screen where you collect Tic Tacs as Baby Pac-Man. So this is what, if you were to imagine what the home port of Baby Pac-Man would look like, I think this is pretty much closest enough to what you could be getting as a official enough home port for Baby Pac-Man, basically. So otherwise, this is what the home port of the game would look like, and oh boy. This is a really interesting game, and I'm glad I got it. So in conclusion, what do I think of the 2019 version of Baby Pac-Man Pinball game on the Atari 7800? Well, overall, the fifth version, the homebrew version of Baby Pac-Man I played on the Atari 7800, even though I played it on my Atari Game Station Pro, it's actually one of the best versions of Baby Pac-Man you could ever play. Sadly, I can't find the cartridge version of the game, but luckily I'm able to play this game on my Atari Game Station Pro, and hopefully I can find a way to play it with a proper controller, because it's kind of awkward to play the game with the B and A buttons in an awkward position without moving the joystick while pressing the B button to hit the other paddle, the right paddle, to correspond with the number 1 and number 2 buttons, control buttons. Whether you're playing with the Atari 7800 joystick or the Atari 7800 European gamepad controllers. Or if you're playing it on the Atari 7800 Plus with the wireless joypad controllers. But overall, this is a game worth playing on the Atari 7800 or the Atari 7800 Plus. And I highly recommend playing it. If you're into pinball and Pac-Man games, I think Baby Pac-Man, the homebrew version of Baby Pac-Man, is probably a big. Well, it's actually a pretty good mix-up of a pinball game and a Pac-Man game to play. Like, if you're into both, if you're like me who likes pinball and Pac-Man games, be sure to check this game out. It's totally an interesting game. And if playing Baby Pac-Man is totally out of the question, this is your only chance of being able to play it now these days. And and hopefully you'll find your way to get a chance to play it, even if you emulate it on the Atari Game Station Pro using an Atari 7800 ROM. So that's all I have to say, and it's really, and also this game's kind of cute too. So anyway, subscribe for more videos like this, and be sure to smash that like button if you like what you see, or if you agree with everything I have to say about these Baby Pac-Man games, and hit the notification bell. And furthermore, type in the comments down below which version of Baby Pac-Man do you prefer to play on the Atari 7800, and furthermore, and I would also appreciate if you check out my other videos on my channel and share my channel and my videos with everyone you know. This is Blue Flare 2004, signing off.